Welcome, one and everyone, to this week's episode of Scotch and Smoke Rings, episode 138. I am your neighborhood friendly Oxhorn, as always, here today with my suspender set to maximum stun. We have a fantastic show for you today. We've got some announcements, a lot of news in the Blizzard world, a whole bunch of great things going for you, as always. But first and foremost, and most importantly, here at scotchandsmokerings.com, we must pour the scotch. Today we are drinking Speyburn. Braden Orac Highland single malt Scotch whiskey. Look at that sucker right there. A fantastic and classy beverage if ever there was one. Yes, this is the same thing that I drank last week, but there's a good reason for that. There was a sale at my liquor store, and I bought 2 bottles. Cheers. Let's let that chill a little bit. Alright, someone says it's a little bright. Alright, hold on. Let me see what I can do here to cure the brightness. How's that? Yeah, but that's with my monitor off. I can't do that. Let me see. Oh, shoot. Now come on, monitor, work. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's alright. We'll have to live. We'll just have to deal. And, let's see. I think I've got my time wrong here. Yeah, so I'm using a new service called Buffer to deal with all of my social tweets, and it's not working correctly, so I just sent out a tweet saying that the show is on. Cheers, ladies and gents. Contrast? What? I'm not gonna... Oh, there's a light above me. That may be what it is. Alright, let me turn off the light real quick, and then we'll get back to the show, because we have scotch to drink, and cigars to smoke, and pipes to light. Tobacco pipes. Chill. Be right back. Alright. Oh, light. Oxhorn says off. There we go. How's that? Is that better? A little less glaring, less brightness. Well, now my face looks washed out. No, you can't even see my eyes. I don't know. Whatever. All right, what have we got today? Here we go. Cheers. What have we got here in terms of combustibles? Today we have Jim's Dominican. Handmade in Sumatra. Jim's Dominican. So I haven't really known very many cigar makers called Jim. Usually it's Francesco or something very Caribbean. But Jim's Cigars? I'll try it. It's okay, I'll take one for the team. I'll put my health on the line. Wow, it's already cut. Really? It's already got a bullet punch there. That's bizarre. Smells okay. I know, but we'll get to the Warcraft stuff in a bit, ladies and gents. Just hang tight. Let's see if this cigar will combust in an appropriate way. Greg Hartung says, actually somebody who's imitating Greg Hartung, says, did Pandora die on Scotch and Smoke Rings? No, I'm playing very classy music right at this moment. I hope you all can hear it. Alright, time to light it. There we go. Fantastic. What are you doing for St. Patrick's Day, Oxhorn? I am doing another show. That's right. I'm going to have a super secret guest host. A man of talent that you have not seen in a while. he will be coming to join me here at scotchandsmokerings.com, and we are going to produce a special St. Patrick's Day episode of Scotch and Smoke Rings just for you guys. So I hope you guys will enjoy it. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. I'll let you guys know when it's going to be. Alright, we have a lot of fan art to go through. You guys have been prolific in your creation of fan art, and I have to say, I'm impressed. Let's take a look at what you have, and I will offer my appreciations. Alright, let's see if I can show you my screen. There we go. So this is from Greg Hartung, and it says, Happy St. Patrick's Day. It's not easy being green, says this Tarn guy here. You know, he's in all green with green mugs there. It's very St. Patrick's Day-esque. And look, he's got him inside a pub with a big Guinness sign over here. So, very nice. Thank you for that, Greg. And then we have this one. This one was submitted by Matricula. And this is an Oxhorn sighting from Dragon Con. That's right, my beautiful wife and I went to Dragon Con last year, walked around, and met a lot of people, and this is one of the people we met there. And look, she's wearing a shirt that says, More dots, more dots. It's pretty great, I gotta admit. And then this one was submitted by Nixonator. OxCon 2012, the classiest convention that'll ever be known. Elves need not apply. And here I am in a top hat with some elves that are upset that they can't go to OxCon. And then Mortus is down here saying, LOL, I'm gonna go with the good Dairy Queen BBQ. As he should. Alright, now we have some video submissions today. So I'm going to show you some of these video submissions. Let me get the chat up here. Here we go. Alright, so this is a video submission by Mortus Fan. Here we go. If you're going to say behind me quick, you got to type it faster so that I can... Look. No, there's no one behind me. There's no one there. Right, so apparently last week I was being invaded by elves, and I didn't realize it. So thank you for alerting me to the fact, Mortus Fan. And Mortus Fan sent another video that I'm going to show you right now. This is a 30-second short machinima by Mortus Fan. Here we go. Alright, now the beginning is pretty slow, I have to admit. So it'll probably be 20 seconds before we get to the actual video, because we got to do credits. So first it's the name of the video, then who it's by, then the guild he belongs to, then who stars in it. And you know, that's normal. That's normal. Alright, now to the video. Here I am singing. That's a pretty awesome mount, man. What? Okay. Well, thank you for that, Mortus Fan. Apparently, a half-naked elf jumped out from nowhere and decided to say tiptoe through the tulips in a very obnoxious way. And this, I have to blame my wife for this. My beautiful wife discovered this guy from like the 50s. I forget his name. But he was a really weird dude with long curly hair, and he would go to these shows, these TV shows at the time, pull out a violin, and go in a real high falsetto, tiptoe through the tulips. She thought it was funny, probably shared it with Mortus Fan. Mortus Fan took the song and made that video. So that was a joint effort, I think. You guys were just wanting to troll me. Whatevs, whatevs. Irish 1488 says, speaking of which, where is Nova? She's right there. Hi, Nova. Hi. Hi. I'm waving at her. She's waving back. So I have a window right here. It's really nice. And she's in the other room on the other side of the window playing World of Warcraft. And if you would like a guild invite to the Invisible Pink Unicorns, I'm sure she'll invite you. Silverhand server horde side, although she may be playing an alt. I'm not sure what character she's playing. Anyway, she's right there, and I have all the doors and windows closed in this little man cave so that I don't get cigar smoke. Because, yeah, as you all know, she's pregnant. By the way, we just got back from the doctor today. My baby boy has hair already. That's right. When I came out of the womb, I was, as everyone knows, covered in hair with my hat and suspenders on. So naturally, my baby boy already has hair. Beard? Yes, of course, Cranther. He's already got a beard. A little bit of downy fuzz on his chin. So we're really looking forward to him being born. But yes, Oxhorn's baby boy will be hairy. That's right. Cheers to hairy children. When is he due, says Saunga? He is due June 15th, I believe, is when he is due. So it's coming up. It's coming up pretty soon. I'm really excited about it. We have a crib now. Jody's doing a rocket theme for the crib. She bought a whole bunch of rocket blankets and stuff, and we've got a wall placard that says "Shoot for the stars" or something on it. It's cute. It's cute. All right, well, we have the rest of the show to get to. We've got all sorts of news. So before we get to the rest of the show, big news. Official release date for Diablo 3 is May 15th. That's right. In almost exactly 2 months from today, Diablo 3 will be published and released to the world to play with no PvP functionality, but it'll be released. May 15th is the day Diablo 3 will launch. 2 months, says Greg Harton. Yes, I believe so, unless I'm doing my math wrong. March 15th? April 15th? March, April to May. Yeah, 2 months, right? Exactly 2 months. Yeah, so May 15th. I hope you guys are excited. It's going to be fun. Now, I do have a Diablo 3 beta code that I've been meaning to give away. And I need to do a contest. I'm trying to come up with a great contest idea so that the winner of the contest can have access to the beta of Diablo 3 before it's released. So, I've got this code. I want to give it away. I just haven't had a chance yet. If you have any ideas for great contests, tell Jody, and Jody will tell me. Anyway, I've got other things to show you. So, there are the movies. What else do I have to show you? Oh, yeah. Word of the day. And I know I have been skipping this segment of the program. I'm sorry. I've been lazy. I can blame no one but myself. I have been lazy, but today I am not forgetting. So we've got classy word of the day. Today's classy word is iniquitous. Iniquitous. Characterized by injustice or wickedness, wicked or sinful. The elf that forced me to eat hummus was being iniquitous. Iniquitous. Alright, so now we've all learned something. That's great. Moving on to this day in history. This day in history. I've actually got two things for you, and they're both this week. Iniquitous, how's it spelled? It says Shudilama. Iniquidous. Iniquitous. It comes from the root word iniquity. Latin. This day in history. The Encyclopedia Britannica discontinues its print after 244 years of publication. The Encyclopedia Britannica is now an online-only encyclopedia. Can you imagine that? And that just recently happened. It's pretty sad. I mean, Wikipedia is great and all, but the Encyclopedia Britannica, that's like, it's been around for 244 years. That's a long time. All right, and then another thing, this week in history, the International Criminal Court finds Thomas Lubanga Diallo guilty of the war crime of conscripting children. Now, the reason this is a big deal, aside from the fact that making children go to war is wrong, is that there's this big internet trend going around, and his name is Kuno, something. Everybody's tweeting me about it and poking me on Facebook and saying, Coney, that's right. Coney 2012. Coney 2012. Well, the reason that this is a big deal is because now they have established precedent of actually prosecuting and putting somebody into international criminal prison for conscripting children and sending them to war. So, Coney, you bad mamma jamma out there, no more conscripting children, mister, or you might go to jail. Naughty, naughty. Scotch. All right, another big thing, big announcement, huge in the world of Oxhorn, is that I changed the front page of Oxhorn.com a little bit. Yes, I know it's not quite as big as I led you to believe, but now there are 3 new buttons at Oxhorn.com. One says movies, and it takes you to my movies. The other says music, and guess what? That's right, it takes you to my music. And the third, and equally as important, says Scotch and smoke rings, and it takes you where? Right here, right where you're at this very moment. I intend to do other enhancements to Oxhorn.com to make it even more exciting. So, stay tuned. Oh! After all this preparation, I seem to have forgotten my Don'ts for Wives and Don'ts for Husbands books. I can find them in this rubbish heap known as my desk. And I can't. Okay, no don'ts for husbands or don'ts for wives today. Sadly, we will move on. We will move on to a different topic. So today, as many of you know, those who have been coming for the past recent weeks, yeah, I know you guys are upset. I'm sorry. I will make it up to you. But instead, I will be continuing with the segment that I started a week or 2 weeks ago called Spoken Word Versions of Popular Songs. Clean my desk, says Kratia. Yes, I should clean my desk. It is covered in horribleness. But I'm following in the steps of Captain James T. Kirk, a.k.a. William Shatner, and I will be performing a popular song as a spoken word version. Now, sadly, I don't have Rocket Man, an instrumental version of Rocket Man, to play in the background while I do this. I wish I did, because that would just make it so much more fascinating. But I don't. So I am just going to have to sing it. And there will be no background music, but I will be singing it in a spoken word version sort of way while smoking a cigar to appear artistic. I really need a beret for this segment of the show. A beret and a turtleneck and maybe a long cigar holder. Because cigarettes, as we all know, are unclassy, so I couldn't smoke one of those. But maybe a beret and a turtleneck, I could do one of those. And I'd have to be snobby. Alright, I'm going to channel snobby, artistic guy right now. Here we go. Today's reading, spoken word versions of popular songs. Today's version will be Fireworks by Katy Perry. Katy Perry? Do you ever feel like a plastic bag, drifting through the wind, wanting to start again? Do you ever feel so paper thin, like a house of cards, one blow from caving in? Do you ever feel already buried deep? 6 feet under, screams, but no one seems to hear a thing. Do you know that there's a chance for you? 'Cause there's a spark in you? You just gotta ignite the light and let it shine. Just own the night like the 4th of July. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, show 'em what you're worth. Make 'em go, oh, 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 and shoot you across the sky. Yeah. Baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make 'em go, oh, oh, oh. You're gonna leave 'em falling down. You don't have to feel like a waste of space. Your original cannot be replaced. If you only knew what the future holds. After a hurricane comes a rainbow. Yeah. Maybe your reason why all the doors are closed, so you could open one that leads you to the perfect road. Like a lightning bolt, your heart will blow. And when it's time, you'll know. You gotta ignite the light and let it shine. Just own the night like the 4th of July. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, show 'em what you're worth. Make 'em go, oh, 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 as you shoot across the sky. Okay, it repeats itself after that, so I think I'm going to skip on to the next stanza. Here we go. Boom. Boom. Boom! Even brighter than the moon. 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 It's always been inside you. You. And now it's time to let it through. She didn't repeat it twice after that, even though it rhymes, so continuity error. But anyway, continuing it on. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, show 'em what you're worth. Make 'em go, oh, 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 as you shoot across the sky. Okay, it's repeating a few more times. Same thing, same thing. Okay, here we go. Boom, 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 even brighter than the moon, moon, moon. And then it says it again. Boom, 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 even brighter than the moon, moon, moon. Okay, a bit repetitive, but there you go. That was Katy Perry's Firework, as a spoken word version by moi, yours truly, Oxhorn. Back to some classier music. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll take suggestions for next week's. Mortus fan says, thanks for waiting, fellas. Sorry I'm late. Buddy, you just missed it. I showed off both your videos on this fine program, and you weren't even here. I'm a little heartbroken. Right in my soul. No, seriously, we waited for you. Don't worry about it. I'm going to show them off now. No, kidding. I really did show them off earlier, and I'm not going to wait for you anymore. So you're just going to have to watch the show over again, the replay. Yeah, I know. I know you're upset. That's just how I roll here at Oxhorn.com. I break hearts. I'm a heartbreaker. What did you think? Asked Mortus. I really enjoyed it. So the entire audience got a kick out of the night elves popping up behind me. So good job on that. As for your Machinima video, I gotta say, I believe that you have taken some inspiration from my beautiful wife, because she knows how much I hate that horrible song that you used. Dance tiptoes through the tulips. Oh, my ears. I just couldn't bear. But very talented in your execution. So congrats to that. All right, ladies and gents, I believe it is time for your questions. You have the questions, and of course, I, as your proverbial host, have the answers. Now, I am, of course, taking questions here in this chat. So if you want to ask a question in the chat, feel free to, and I will answer it. There are 3 other ways that I am going to take your questions, and I will tell them to you right now. If you are on Twitter, I am at Oxhorn on Twitter. So if you send me a message on Twitter, I will get it, I will read it, and I will respond to it. I do prefer messages sent to me on Twitter. If, however, you would prefer to use Facebook, scroll down a little bit, and you are going to see a comment section at scotchandsmokerings.com where you can use your Facebook account to write me a question. And I will refresh it as often as I can and answer it. If you don't want to do any of those, and you are just a huge Facebook fan, and you want to stay on Facebook and not go anywhere, well, I've got you covered. If you would like, just post a comment in my latest status update on my Facebook page, facebook.com/Oxhorn page, all one word, and I will respond to that as well. In fact, I'm going to bring it up right now. Facebook.com/Oxhorn page. And I posted a recent comment just 24 minutes ago inviting people to come to this show. And if you post a response to that thread, I will answer it as best I can. Alright, we've got a comment already on the Facebook page. This one is from Jane. Look at my cool new wicked name Smith. Jane Smith. Okay. She says, hey, what is your hat made of? Felt. I am wearing a felt hat. This is called a derby. Americans call it a derby. British people call it a bowler hat. It's the same thing. And this is made out of felt. Now, really nice derbies are actually hard. A really nice derby, if I were to have done this, you would have heard it. It would have sounded like a helmet. Like that. But this is a soft felt cap, basically. Not quite as durable as a traditional derby. And I hope to get one of those soon. Ordo Malius says, how's the cigar? It's kind of the cheap one around here. You know what, honestly? I'm smoking Jim's cigar. So, if anyone can be accused of smoking a cheap cigar right now, it's this guy. Yeah, that's right, I'm smoking a fairly cheap cigar, but I got a good deal on it, so no complaints. Clegg, with 2 G's, says, can you pet your beard? Let me think about that for a minute. No, I can't pet my beard. I do not perform on camera for people. I just don't take requests and do them. So, sorry, I do not have the ability to pet my beard. Goldbreath says, or Irish 1481 says, that's kind of creepy. Yeah. Mike Chessel on Twitter says, hey, Ox, St. Patrick's Day is Saturday. The show seems to show a little low on Irishness. You didn't forget, did you? Buddy, look, I am Irish, so the mere fact of me being on camera is just oozing with Irishness, right? But no, I didn't forget. In fact, I'm doing a special show on Saturday just for St. Patrick's Day. I'll announce the time later. I don't know what time it will be, but special show on Saturday. I hope you guys can make it. We're going to have a great time. Blagtooth says, have you ever attempted to soak up beer with your beard? No, beer goes in the mouth, buddy, not down the beard. Now, obviously, if you're drinking beer, it's inevitable, as a bearded gentleman, to have a little bit appear in your beard. I'm not going to fault you on that, but you don't soak it up with your beard. No, if there's any left on the table, you take a sponge, a nice, dry, clean sponge, soak it up, hold it above your mouth, and squeeze. You never let any go to waste. Cheers, bottoms up. Jonath says, Oxhorn, did my fan art come through last week after the show? If I showed your fan art off, then it did. If I didn't, then no, it didn't. So, if I didn't show yours off, I'm sorry. You're going to have to send it again. If for some reason you can't get my contact form to work, send the fan art to brandon@oxhorn.com. That's brandon@oxhorn.com, and I will get it. Oxcold on Twitter says, hey Oxhorn, can I have a special greeting? I finally got to watch an episode again. I haven't watched any stream since episodes 100 to 103. A special greeting? What? You think you're special? Then I'm going to actually greet you. Oxcold, greetings. With a special greeting? No, I don't do that. I treat everyone the same. We have an egalitarian show here at scotchandsmokers.com. Oh, wait. Pleasure to have you back, by the way. Walter says, this is my first stream of yours since probably the third one you did. I'm always unlucky. Wow, well, I'm really glad you're here. That was almost 2 years ago, the last time I did a show, or my third show. Since we're at 138 now, so pleasure to have you here. Mads Strand on scotchandsmokerings.com says, hold on. Alright, Zion, yeah, you've got a special place here. She says, Oxhorn, send me digital hugs for a speedy recovery so I can get off of this couch. Cry, please and thank you. Well, Zion, who created this awesome Horde symbol banner behind me, we wish you all the best. Please drink some green tea and eat a lot of red meat. And that will cure you, I promise. Maybe some vitamin C sprinkled on your red meat, and you'll feel a lot better. Digital hugs. Hugs, hugs, hugs. Hugs from Seattle. Digital hugs, 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 hugs. Alright. Anyway, Mads says, hello, Ox, do you have any advice on how I, a 14-year-old Dane, can be classy? Or am I classy enough, having The same birthday as you, August 2nd. Yeah, really? Your birthday is August 2nd? That's my birthday. For those of you who don't know, my birthday is August 2nd. That makes you pretty doggone classy, I have to admit. Other steps to being classy: wear Argyle socks. Make sure the hem of your pants does not fall on your shoe, that it cuts off, showing a little bit of your Argyle socks. Use shirt stays to keep your shirt always tucked in. Make sure your shirt always has a collar, but it's not a polo. It needs to be a solid color, maybe a few simple stripes or a checkered pattern. You don't really need symbols on here. I know I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt, but classy gentlemen really wear long sleeve shirts, so I apologize for that. Suspenders are pretty great. The best kind of suspenders are buttoned into the seam of your pants. These actually attach via a clip, but whatever you want, that's great. Beard grooming products, those are important. Get yourself some Bluebeard's beard conditioner. It'll really help out, especially if you have a flaky chin. And be sure to wear Gold Bond medicated powder everywhere. Everywhere. So there you go. Some classic tips from Oxhorn to you. 14-year-old Dane watching the show. Proud to have you here. Matt says, would you ever be willing to do a Machinima collab with Walkrindor? Absolutely. Walkrindor's a great guy. We met at BlizzCon last year. We actually did a little video, live video with each other there. Great guy. Yeah, if the opportunity ever arrived, I'd be happy to do a collaboration with Walkrindor. And, of course, the fine fellows from Mindflame and Jesse Cox, as always. John Begley says, hey, Ox, I hope you don't mind my comments these days. My dad and I are going to PAX East this year. Will you be there? Sadly, I won't because I work a lot. However, PAX is going to be great. I hope you guys have a great time. Be sure to come back and tell us all how it goes. And, of course, I don't mind you posting there. Post as much as you want. All right, I'm going to refresh Facebook over here. Ghoulbrath says, oh, Ox, I heard your voice in a group of Team Fortress 2 Machinimas. Is that true? Yes. I'm sorry, did I pronounce your name wrong, Bagley? Is it Bagley? Bagaley. I'm just calling you Bagley from now on. Thanks, Bagley, for coming on. I love bagels, so there you go. We have something in common, you and I. I'm sorry, I kid. Alright, but anyway, the answer to your question is yes. I did create a series of Team Fortress 2 Machinima for a while there called wow, what was the name of it? It was Dynamic Action Team. If you ever Google Dynamic Action Team, you will see my Team Fortress 2 Machinimas. And in fact, they're actually at oxhorn.com if you want to check them out. Christopher says, lol, that name, Irish 1488. Oh, that was you, Christopher? Oh, pleasure to have you here. Robert says on Facebook, what are your thoughts on the next WoW expansions? I hope they come. They just laid off 300 employees. I'm sure they're completely healthy. That's another thing. Another news tidbit is that Oxhorn.com is soon going to be inducted into the World of Warcraft partnership program, where I'm going to be listed as an official fan site, which is going to be great. We're going to have some new faces here at scotchandsmokerings.com. It's going to be a blast, and I'll be able to give you some more detailed industry news from World of Warcraft. So that's a great update. Anyway, yes, I hope that there will be some awesome expansions in the near future. Oh, man. I gotta relight my cigar. Okay, it's time for a history lesson from Zion. Alright, this is a history lesson from Zion. Are you guys ready? Right, take a sip first before you hear this. It'll help. This is what she says. In reference to Coney whatever, back in the ye old times, many developed countries enlisted children as young as 12 years old to serve in battle and as officers of a sort of naval ships. It's still horrible, but the Coney stuff went from a serious problem to a meme, which really makes me question humanity again. Interesting. Very interesting. And you know what? Those are well thought out responses, Zion. I'm proud of you. Ah, fire. It is a wonderful thing. Alright, here we go. Jane, look at my super cool new nickname, Smith says on Facebook. It's probably not kind to monopolize on me being the only one on Facebook, but how did you decide, and that's not true, there are a bunch of people posting on Facebook, how did you decide who would voice which characters in Inventing Swear Words? You didn't voice Oxhorn until the second episode, and that's a great comment. So, a little bit of Oxhorn history here. So my buddy Mark Pfaff has been a childhood friend for a very long time. He's one of my best friends. Came to my wedding, was in the wedding party. Great guy. Knew him all throughout elementary school, and in high school, he was the actor. He was in all of the plays. He did sketch comedy. He was up on stage doing drama. He was the actor of our class. I never was. I was the writer. I was the writer of the class. I did history. I wrote a lot. That's just what I did. So I started making my Machinima a few years after high school. I was in college, working on Machinima, and I decided to make these Inventing Swear Words movies. And so the first thing that popped in my mind was, well, Mark's an actor. He'll be able to do some voice acting. I never even considered myself because I had never tried it before. So I enlisted Mark's help, and we sat down in my living room and just recorded all these movies. And because I didn't have anybody else, I did Mortuse's voice. Mark did Staghorn, Mark did Oxhorn, I did Mortuse. And I published the first one, and it was a roaring success. However, Mark, as much as I love Mark, he can sometimes be a difficult actor to work with, which is why our bloopers at the end of Inventing Swear Words are so funny, because we sometimes have to go through dozens of takes to get his lines right. And creating Inventing Swear Words 1 made me realize that having him do two characters that were really main characters was a bit much for him. So I decided to take Oxhorn on. Not that I thought I was going to do any good at it. I mean, Oxhorn is pretty much just my own voice, just gruffed down a little bit like this. Hey, Mortuse, this is Oxhorn. I'm glad you're able to blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's not really technical. Anyway, so that's why I changed the voice of Oxhorn in that episode. And then they both were received really well, and it seemed to work. And so I tried experimenting with other voice types, and I came up with the Hippie Elf, and Thunk, and Associate Professor Evil, a.k.a. Lieutenant Colonel Virtue, and just discovered that I was able to do more voices than just Mortuse. Because if you'll notice, Mortuse is my voice. I don't change it at all. It's just my voice. Because I didn't think I could do voice acting at the time. So anyway, long-winded response, but there's the answer to your question. I'm a cute little hardcore kitten says, did you get my email, or is there an alternate email account I should send it to other than brandon@oxhorn.com? No, I did get your email, and I forwarded it to Jody. So I don't have a lot of time to log into the game. I think you'd be a great moderator. I think you'd be great at all of that. I just haven't had the time to make you one. So be sure to message Jody, and she will do her very best to make sure that you get the power and authority that you need. Great, thanks. Mike Chessel says, Oxhorn, I just feel like opening an old wound. Has there been any progress with the Oxhorn brand app? Okay, full disclosure here. Yes and no. Yes, in that the guys who are making the app for me are constantly emailing me, asking me if they can finish it for me. But I have been preoccupied by other things, okay? I've got movies to make, and shows to do, and websites to create, and a home to build, and a baby on the way, and a brand new wife. It's hard, man, to create iPhone applications, and soundboards, and to finish my book, and all of the different things that I've got on my plate. I want to get the app out to you guys. I really do. And it's almost done. It's looking really good. I just haven't finished publishing it. So I apologize for that. It is still coming. If you guys want to hang out and wait for it, it's still coming. But it's going to take a little bit, all right? All right. Zion gives me a hug. Thank you, Zion. I need it. Yes. Okay, Martus fan says, Dear Oxhorn, are there any new updates about your new movie where Staghorn buys a new pecan pie? If already mentioned, I apologize. No, it hasn't already been mentioned. He doesn't actually buy a pecan pie, although Staghorn and the pecan pie are a huge arc in that story. It's also almost done. I've got like 30 seconds left of footage to create for that movie. But again, I've got things going on, and I'm going to finish it. I will. You just got to stick with me, all right? It'll come out. You're going to love it. It's going to revolutionize the world of machinima as you know it. That's a big claim, I know. But hey, that's the way it's going to go. Bo-Rock says, cracked whip. Finish it. All right, man. Bo-Rock, I get no respect. There's no respect. I feel like Rodney Dangerfield right now. I just get no respect. Patrick says, Evening Ox, I can't make it to the show tonight. Send hugs to everyone at chat. Miss you. Well, Patrick, I'm sure you will watch this replay, and we miss you too. Walter says, it's because you're wearing short sleeves. So unclassy. I know, look at that. You can see my elbows. What is wrong with me? Why am I not wearing a long sleeve shirt today? I feel out of sorts. Out of sorts. I need a nice blazer as well. I need to get a good blazer. Maybe an Argyle sweater. I only have one bow tie. But you didn't know that. I need to complete my collection of bow ties. Alexander Moore on Facebook says, this was my first stream ever. I love it. Well, I'm so glad you're here, Alexander. We're having a blast. Aren't we? Yeah. Caramel Chocolate says, but the doctor says bow ties are cool. And the doctor is absolutely correct. Bow ties are cool. Doctor Who is cool. So kudos to you for being a fan. Ambassia Wicked on Facebook says, or on scotchandsmokerings.com says, Hey Ox, I have a cigar question for you. What cigars would you suggest for first-timers, and what drink/food to go with it? Thanks. Okay, great question. And it's asked often here at scotchandsmokerings.com, but I'm always happy to answer it. A great cigar for a beginner is called Romeo y Julieta. Romeo and Juliet. It's a easy cigar to find. Pretty much any legitimate cigar shop is going to have it. Get a Churchill-sized cigar. This was a Churchill. It was about that long. And try and get a mild flavor. That'll be a real easy smoking experience for you. It's not an expensive cigar, but it's not a super cheap cigar. It won't give you the best smoking experience, but it's definitely better than the worst smoking experience. So that's a good one to go with. And if you want to find a beverage that'll go well with it, Scotch. I mean, I know I'm biased. The show's called Scotch and Smoke Rings, but I like Scotch. Blagtooth says, Ox, we want to see you in a fedora. I've worn fedoras on many occasions, but in terms of the show, I'll leave fedoras to my very talented brother, Brian. Shul Dilama says, Ox, our next birthday is a Thursday. Is it really? Then when I turn 31, it will be on a Thursday? Really? Great, well, I'll be able to broadcast the show on my birthday. What do you know? I am getting cigar ash all over my keyboard. Pardon me one moment. Okay, Saguna says, honestly, since I don't smoke, is a cigar healthier than a cigarette? Probably a silly question. No, it's not a silly question, and I will answer it. Irish1488 says, lol, no ashtray. Yes, I have an ashtray. It's right here. I'm just getting it all over the place because I'm doing wild hand motions. Anyway, on to whether cigars are healthy or not. No, cigars are not healthy. Tobacco pipes are not healthy. I will never sit here and say that they are. So please, to all the children who are watching and everyone else, I am never advocating them as a healthy form of tobacco consumption. That said, they are infinitely preferable to cigarettes, and here's why. Cigarettes are constructed with a little bit of tobacco and a whole lot of paper. and the paper is often soaked in chemicals that are not good for your body. These are pure tobacco leaves. Also, they have tar and nicotine, which are not good for your body. However, the major difference is that you do not inhale cigars. That's right, many people don't know that. You actually bring the cigar tobacco smoke into your mouth, taste the flavor, and expunge it. Now, because the inside of your mouth is a much harder material, and it wasn't designed to absorb things like your lungs, which are designed to absorb air and water. Because of that, it's much harder for you to absorb all of the toxins that are inherent in tobacco. So, safer, yes, with the asterisk at the end. Yes, it is safer than cigarettes. It's not safe, but used in moderation, it will not harm you. This is evidenced by the thousands upon thousands of gentlemanly cigar smokers and pipe smokers throughout history who lived wonderful, full lives because they enjoyed a cigar in moderation once or twice a week, and they lived to be 80, 90 years old. All right, looking at Facebook here. Let's see. Clay on Facebook says, Oxhorn. Oh, great Oxhorn. What is the greatest way to become a powerful smoke ring blower? Another good question. One that I love to answer here at scotchandsmokerings.com. Here is how you do it. Okay, and I do this often, so bear with me if you've seen this before. Pretend that my hand here is your tongue. This is the tip of your tongue. This, of course, is the base of your tongue. Make a perfect circle with your lips. Bring the smoke into your mouth and then flick it. Like that. The base of your tongue will roll up and push the smoke out. No, not a duck face, Laurenicus. Come on, we're classy gentlemen here. We don't do duck faces. Nor do we date women who post pictures of themselves on MySpace or Facebook with a duck face. No, we make a perfect circle, like the band. There you go, right? Now, there are a number of other ways to blow smoke rings. That is my preferred way of blowing smoke rings. Other ways are to do the cheek flick or to do a jaw movement. Both work. I'm able to do them all, but my preferred method is, of course, the tongue flick. That was the jaw method. I'll try and show you the cheek flick method. This is a great song, by the way. Oh, Sinatra, you slay me. It's harder for me to do, but I got a few good ones in there. Oh man, I've been ignoring Twitter. Alright, where are you, Twitter? Oh, there's no new tweets. No wonder I've been ignoring it. No one is sending me messages on Twitter? Oh, guys. I'm a cute little hardcore kitten says, just so I am completely clear, you sent it to Nova's email. What might that be? I'm definitely not sending out my wife's email. Whoa, tons of Twitter comments. All right. Madstrand Peter says, I am. Cedric says, hi. Nixonator, with the picture of Nixon as his avatar, says, ever hear of a TV show called Downtown Abbey? A very classy and gentlemanly show, I must say. Here you go for an update. No, I haven't heard of that, actually. I would love to check it out. I'm always interested in gentlemanly and classy shows. Oxcold says, here's a message for you. Enjoy. Thank you very much, Oxcold. All right, we got some Twitter stuff going on. Anyway, I'm a cute little hardcore kitten. To answer your question, she is usually found on WoW. For that, she's an officer of the guild. She helps manage the guild. So if you would like to send her a message, log on to World of Warcraft Silverhand server Horde side and send her a message. Her character's name is Sharon, C-H-O-R, or A-R, and it starts with C-H. It's pronounced Sharon. There you go. C-H-A-R-O-N-N-E. There you go. C-H-A-R-O-N-N-E. Greg Hartum says, is my blanket out of place in the rocket-themed room for Gavin? Not at all. We loved your blanket, Greg. It was so sweet. I showed it to everyone in my family. They thought it was adorable. Even though it's a farm and animal-themed blanket, it's very cozy. It's really cute. We're going to find a great place for it. So thank you so much, Greg. It's Oxid, not Oxcold, says Oxkid. Oh, I'm sorry. My apologies, my friend. Do not mean to mispronounce your name. Mike Chesel says, will you dye your whiskey green on St. Patrick's Day Saturday? Yes, indeed. I will, and I'll take pictures of it and send it to you on my social spheres. So don't forget. Mad Strand Peter says, it is sad. I am on the European servers. That is sad. We've got an awesome guild called the Invisible Pink Unicorns. We do raids all the time, and we've got some brand new officers who are working really hard. Horde side, US servers, Silverhand server. It's free to anyone. Whoever wants to join, you're more than welcome to join. Jason on Facebook says, but SIGs are so good. I beg to differ, my friend. I beg to differ. Smoke rings for you. Cheers. All right. Now, I know you all are waiting for this because you've sent me many comments and you're frustrated that I have abandoned the songify portion of the show. And I haven't. I really haven't. But it's much more fun to do songify with my brother here. And because I have moved, it's harder for him to get here. He'll still come and co-host the show every now and then, but it's less often. But I will do a songify for you tonight, even though it's just me. And I have no idea what I'm going to talk about or do this about, so let's just do it. Songify, the app on my phone, is being used at this moment for me to wax eloquent about a topic that I choose. And so I am going to choose the topic of cigars. The cigar, even though it was made by a guy named Jim, is fairly decent. I haven't had much problems with it. I'm enjoying it a lot. Now to read your comments into the Songify. Blytooth says, I find myself in Seattle in many travels as a cross-country truck driver, and I would love to do Songify with you. Superb. Superb. You're doing it with me now. Zion says, Squab cigar. What? Goldbreath says, bad songs spoken in words. That's what I have been doing for the past few weeks. Cookies, says Red Wolf. Very nice. Morty Poe says, Joneth. Alright, this is going to make for an interesting Songify. I have no idea how it'll turn out. Here's a comment for the Songify, says Tawas. Sponges, says Krozik. Pax East, says Goldbreath. Snape, Severus Snape, says Loranicus. Alright. Here we go. It's mixing right now. Songify, the app on my phone, is being used at this moment for me to wax eloquent about a topic that I choose. And so I am going to choose the topic of cigars. The cigar, even though it was made by a guy named Jim, is fairly decent. I haven't had much problems with it. I'm enjoying it a lot. Now to read your comments into the Songify. Blytooth says, I find myself in Seattle in many travels as a cross-country truck driver, and I would love to Songify with you. Superb, you're doing it with me now. Zion says, Squab cigar. Says, bad songs spoken in words. That's what I have been doing for the past few weeks. Cookies, says Red Wolf. Very nice. Morty Poe, says Jonathan. Alright, this is going to make for an interesting Songify. I have no idea how it'll turn out. Here's a comment from the Songify, says Tawas. Sponges, says Krozik. Truck driver, I would love to Songify with you. Super, you doing it with me now. Zion says Squab. Alright, So as you can see, apparently my tactic to do a good songify is just to talk as fast as I can until it ends. With my brother here, he restrains me, and we talk about more interesting things. So that's why I tend to wait until he is here to do songify. Come on, Pandora, play for me. Oh no, my music is dead. Every time I do songify, it does that. Time to restart my phone. Alright, restarting the phone. Poor Man 379 says, oh no, I'm really late. And Ox, you still have only like 60 viewers. Still a lot lower than it was episode 52. What are you talking about? Alright, here's the deal. Episode 52, 53, 54, the 50s, I was posting excerpts from my show to YouTube. And as you all know, I have over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, almost 60 million views on YouTube. So naturally, that was going to provide a lot of traffic to scotchandsmokerings.com. Over the many, many months, the numbers of viewers have dwindled into a nice steady 60, 70, 80 viewers a week, which is fine with me. You guys are the true hardcore Oxhorn fans. We love having you here. If I started to put all of my shows back on YouTube, we would get them all back in a moment. But I don't want to spam my YouTube subscribers with shots from this show when they're more interested in my Machinima movies. So, KillerBat19 says, yeah, we're hardcore. I know you are. I know it. Alright. Django Radio, Mike Chestel. He's recommending I use a Django radio app. I may have to do that, or maybe get Spotify, but Pandora works for me. It's a pretty doggone good app. Well, I'm still glad I got here before the show ended, says Poor Man. Well, I'm glad you're here as well. We love having you here. All right. Wow, okay, so hold on a second here. We got smoke ship ideas, all right? All right, Mike Miller on Facebook says, getting a head start on smoke ship ideas, Thunk and Associate Professor Evil plotting a bacon-covered hot air balloon piloting a bacon-covered hot air balloon, okay. Dangling the hippie elf that was stalking Oxhorn over a sea of bacon bits and sharks with laser beams attached to their heads being piloted by Murlocs jumping out of the water trying to hit the hippie elf. Wow. So basically, a hippie elf pinata dangling from a bacon zeppelin over a bacon bits sea. That is pretty fantastic. That's a great idea, Mike. All right, smoke ship time, ladies and gents. It is time for this week's smoke ship. For the uninitiated, every single week I blow into existence a beautiful smoke ship a la Gandalf from Lord of the Rings, using only my mighty mouth and a classy cigar. And the music's back. All right. Randarin says, why so much hate on elves? Because they smell like lavender and rosebuds, man. Obviously, I laid this out in my anti-elf anthem. It's all there, ready for your consumption. Ambassa on scotchandsmokerings.com says, who taught you to create smoke rings? I pretty much figured it out myself, actually. You know, many times if I want to learn something like the penny whistle, which I had to teach myself, I'll go onto YouTube to look up tutorial videos or find how-to guides online. But with smoke rings, I don't know, it just sort of came naturally. Patrick on Facebook says, hello, hello. By any chance, have you thought of a name for your soon-to-be-born baby boy? Yeah, we're actually thinking of Gavin. We're thinking of naming the boy Gavin. Cool Breath says, Ox and Nova flying a bacon helicopter, while Mort and Mr. Evil rain bacon to all the cities of Azeroth, and the elves cry out in anger and pain until one tastes a bit and wants more. Alright, converted by the falling bacon bits. That's pretty great. I like that. Rotipus says, Oxhorn and Mortus riding night elves into the sunset, while all of a sudden, the Mighty Morphin Midget Gnomes took them for a ride on their tamed version of Deathwing. That's a good one as well. Nicely done. Jeffrey on Twitter says, Oxhorn, the EverQuest 2 story is truly an amazing one. My heart goes out to the family for their ordeal they have to endure. Such a brave little boy. Thank you, Jeffrey. It is a great story. For those who don't know, I tweeted out a story of a boy who has like 18 pieces of malignant cancer in his lungs. And so he's got maybe 10 weeks left to live. And he played EverQuest 2. And the EverQuest 2 community rallied around him and built for him an island in EverQuest 2 with all sorts of like toys and huge playgrounds, and they just spent tons of in-game cash to build him this world so that he could really enjoy the last 10 weeks of his life. And it's a great touching story, and it really makes me... It's a great argument against those who say that playing video games is a waste of time. And while I kind of agree to a certain extent that there are many things out there you could be doing, for many people out there, playing video games is a great and wonderful social thing for them to do. And so I've got nothing against them. So anyway, I thought it was a touching story. Caramel Chocolate says, I was involved in that project. Pretty happy about it. Awesome, Caramel. Fantastic. Well, I'm pretty happy about it too. Michael on ScotchAndSmokeRings.com says, Ox Nova and Baby Ox will with a full head of hair and beard on a golden bacon rocket ship, shooting double rainbow fireworks across the sky at annoying hipsters who are flying in hot air balloons because airplanes are too mainstream. While the invisible pink unicorns charge at the hipster army flying on invisible pink unicorns drinking shamrock shakes. That's great. That crazy orc guy says, Mortus and Staghorn venture into the land of the panda brewers and party this Saturday away, waking up the next door naked... Whoa, hold on a second. Flew off the screen. Waking up the next morning naked in Iron Forge full of smoked meats and beers. That's pretty nice. Blagthoof says a battleship made of bacon with an 18-wheeler on the deck blowing the horn while Ox and Nova songify with Baby Ox in his rocking crib, or within his rocket crib, lined with bacon and covered in cigar rings. I don't think I'm going to be blowing smoke rings into my baby's crib anytime soon. That would not necessarily be classy, but great smoke ship idea anyway. Clegg on Twitter says, I want to congratulate you on your soon-to-be baby boy and wishing you the best of times teaching him how to grow a perfect beard. I have plenty of beard grooming tips ready and waiting for him upon his arrival. All right, ladies and gents, it is time for the smoke ship, and I really like Mike's. It's a great smoke ship, so I'm going to go ahead and read it to you real quick, and then create it. All right. Thunk and Associate Professor Evil piloting a bacon-covered hot air balloon, which is dangling the hippie elf that was stalking Oxhorn over a sea of bacon bits, and sharks with laser beams attached to their heads being piloted by murlocs jumping out of the water trying to hit the hippie elf. Very nicely done, Mike. Here we go. You ready? Okay, somebody's spamming chat, and it's time to ban for 24 hours. Ha 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 ha. Banned. Alright, anyway, where was I? Alright, here we go. Smoke ship time. Whoa! Woo! It was brief, I know, but for the briefest of moments, right there before your eyes, painted in nothing but smoke, was a diorama. And in that diorama was Thunk and Associate Professor Evil riding a zeppelin that was made in bacon. And they were flying over a sea made from bacon bits, and dangling from the zeppelin was that hippie elf that is constantly stalking our good Oxhorn and gang. And out of the sea came sharks with laser beams attached to their heads, being driven and piloted by murlocs who were jumping up into the air and trying to hit the hippie elf. I have to say, kudos to that one. It was very well thought out, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Take a snapshot of it. I hope if you did, you missed it, but it was there. So thank you all for coming to this week's episode of Scotch and Smoke Rings, episode 138. Bottoms up, ladies and gents. Wow. You are banned forever. Forever banned. Ha 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 ha. I got him, guys. Hey, when it comes to moderating my own chat, I'm pretty doggone good at this, aren't I? That's right. Oh, that's right. I was ending the show. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming to this week's episode of Scotch and Smoke Rings, episode 138. We've been doing this for 138 weeks. Next week, it's going to be even better. Don't forget my super special St. Patrick's Day episode this Saturday. I'm not sure about the time. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and Facebook, and we will get to you an awesome, fantastic episode with a super special secret co-host. So, as we say here, ladies and gentlemen, at Oxhorn.com, be sure, my friends, to stay classy.